Located in Homestead, Pennsylvania, the Homestead Steel Mill was an important factor in the industrial landscape of the United States. The mill became the center of a major labor conflict in 1892 that would become known as the Homestead Strike. The Amalgamated Association of Iron and Steel Workers, which represents the workers, who were primarily employed by the Carnegie Steel Company, called for a walkout in protests to planned salary cuts and worsening working conditions.
Amid the turmoil of the Homestead Strike, I couldn't foresee the impact it would have on our lives and those of future generations. My labor, like that of my peers, lined the pockets of the wealthy with little to show for it in return, meager wages and for back-breaking hours. We weren't just fighting for better pay, we were fighting for our dignity and a piece of the American dream. The Homestead Mill, at the center of our community, stood as a constant reminder of our ceaseless toil and the stark divide between us, the laborers, and the magnates who profited from our sweat. I vividly remember the violence, the terror of Frick's men charging through Homestead, turning our plight into a spectacle of brutality. Surrounded by my suffering comrades, all of us clamoring for justice and a fair share of the prosperity we helped create. It felt like we were fighting for more than just wages. We were fighting for our very worth. The defeat at Homestead was more than a lost strike. It was a blow to the very idea of the American dream, laying bare the chasm between workers like us and the industrial titans. Driven from the ashes of Pennsylvania, I set out for New York, seeking a new beginning and a second shot at the dream that had eluded us. In the ash heaps, I poured what little I had into a piece of land, building a stable with hope that it might lift us from poverty and grant my newborn son a future devoid of the hardships we faced.
After every turn of the calendar, the Wilson family stable was unable to sustain constant business, losing more customers and failing to break even. After a promising future took a drastic turn and his parents grew old, a young George was left in possession of a failing stable. Wanting to soon start a family of his own with his fiancée Myrtle, George knew that something needed to change, and it lay entirely in his own hands.
In the 1920s, Coney Island was a hub of innovation and entertainment that reflected the joyful spirit of the Roaring Twenties. Many Americans, as well as foreigners, trekked across the world to visit Coney Island to experience its newfound wonders. During this period of economic growth and cultural vibrancy in the U.S., Coney Island was the center of entertainment and recreation. The world-renowned boardwalk provided a striking backdrop of excitement and modernism, as did well-known theme parks like Dreamland and Luna Park. To this day, Coney Island still provides thrills and innovations.
Wandering through Coney Island with Myrtle, we were enveloped in the essence of the 1910s, our senses alive with the cacophony of laughter, vendor shouts, and the distant sea. Clutching treats we explored, captivated by the Ferris wheel and sideshows that showcased the era's boundless curiosity and whimsy. Our adventure led us to the Whip, a ride that promised thrills with its swift, sharp turns, echoing the era's fascination with speed and liberation. The anticipation was electric as we boarded, Myrtle's grip on me tightening with each jolting turn, her presence a grounding force amidst the exhilarating chaos. This ride, with its unpredictable twists, mirrored our own lives' uncertainty, reinforcing our bond and shared resolve to face whatever lay ahead together. Disembarking, the impact of the Whip was clear. Profound experience that deepened our connection and left us with a vivid memory of shared joy against the ever-changing backdrop of the world. Inspired by the ride's symbolism of innovation and the vibrancy around us, a vision formed, transforming the stable I'd inherited into a garage. This idea, born in the midst of Coney Island's wonders, represented a beacon of hope and a bold dream fueled by the era's progress. It suggested a future where we could seize a piece of the American dream, previously out of reach. Leaving Coney Island, I carried not just memories, but a vision for a new beginning. This ambition to transform the stable into a bustling garage was a gamble, but amidst the 1910s pursuit of progress, it felt like the only path worth taking. A chance to redefine our destinies inspired by the spirit of innovation that the Whip and Coney Island epitomized.